Hello, my name is Chayan Vinayak Goswami, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate one of the tools that is used to generate, maintain and modify JSON database of the art asset repository for one of the games here at Disney. And this tool is written in PyQt, Python and OpenMaya, and I have written two different sections of this same tool. One is the standalone, which is Windows executable, and another is the Maya tool that can be run inside the Maya. This tool uses the Pythons or the PyQt signals, so each element triggers a listener. So whenever there is a change in any element of this UI, it executes a function, and that makes this utility very fast, and it can filter out a huge data in like few seconds or few milliseconds, which is very fast. And as you keep on changing the values of your filters, it would filter out the data runtime without pressing any enter or anything extra. So on the right side we have the interface for the inventory tool, which is divided into two parts. One that maintains one section of the database, another is used to verify and generate the JSON database of the assets. So in the first section we can load any JSON file, and as soon as we load it, it populates all the elements of the UI. And because this interface is built in Qt, and I have used different triggers on different actions of these interfaces, this UI is very fast in loading and filtering the data, so that artist can easily modify it and filter it. So after loading all the elements, you can keep on clicking all the fields of this list box, and it would keep on changing other attributes. And there is a search option which I call a smart search, which is very flexible for searching any kind of element. So if you type B, it filters all the names which have B in it, and you can type the complete word. With that, you can also give space, and if I want to search base mesh and I only know the first letter of first word and second letter of second word, that filters it out as well. So it would also include the names which have B in their first word and M in their second word. So with that, it also gives you option of using wildcards, which I implemented using regex or regular expressions of Python. So if you put B star, it would give you all the names which would start with B and have any number of letters after that. And I can use M, and it would give me the names which would start with B and ends with M. So in this way I can also use B and E and space, and I would use M star. So it would give me the relevant result of based on the wild characters I have used. In the similar way, I can also use the question marks. So for example, if I want to search base and I only know B and E of base, I would type B question mark E and star. It would give me all the names which start with B and their first word ends with E. So this is a smart search option I have provided in this tool, and you can on the fly update this database. So as soon as I would start typing E, it would update that field which is stored in the memory at this point. But as soon as we modify all the desired data, for example, instead of purple I want to type purples, and I want to give head, and I can browse any MMF file if I want to, and I can also type in head underscore 001 or MA or any other file. And as soon as I'm done, I can save or update the JSON file. So as so this UI also has a color representation of the buttons. So if I load a JSON file and I keep on modifying it, and if it has any data which is not saved and which is just saved in the memory right now, this button would turn red, and that would indicate that you have some unsaved data on the fly. So as soon as you are done and you save the JSON file, this button would turn green. And I will show you the JSON file it's reading and modifying. So this is the JSON file, which is very complicated to read, and it's not human readable. So that's why this tool is used to modify all the data inside this data set. The next section of the UI is to find the duplicates. So what it does, you provide the root path of where all your assets exist. So if there are like 5,000 assets or 5,000 Maya files, and if you want to compare those files to identify if there are duplicate mesh present in those, for example, there is shirt A and shirt B, they are exact duplicate mesh of each other, but the only difference is their texture is replaced by some other texture file. So for the optimization purpose, we don't want to use those meshes in the scene. So what it does is you provide the base path of all your assets, and you provide the directory where you want to generate the data for all your duplicated files, and press generate duplicate file. So it would go through all the files, and it would first count the vertex number, and then it would store the vertex positions in a text file. With that, it also stores all the UV information of the vertices, so that it compares first that the number of vertices are similar or not, and if they are similar, it would compare the vertex positions. In some cases, for example, there is right hand and the left hand, they are exact duplicate meshes, but they are just the other side of the symmetry. So in those cases, it would read the UV set. If the UV set is similar, it would recognize those two different files as the duplicate file. So after clicking this generate database button, it would take about 3 minutes to go through almost 5,000 files. And this process is very fast because I have used Maya API for it, and using that, it instead of going through each vertex, in one command it throws the information of all the vertices of a mesh. So I will show you the data it has generated by clicking the generate duplicate file button. So here's the directory in which all the generated files exist. So you would see number of text files, which would show you the information, which is the name of the item, name of the mesh inside it, and then the vertex, number of vertices in a mesh, and this is all the position of the vertices. And in here it also has the UV information separated by the column, and it has generated this file for each section of the comparison, because there are multiple different sections: head, neck, body, torso, and each section has the duplicate file. And finally it creates a duplicate sorted file which looks like this, and it has all the information of duplicate mesh. The first mesh is the master because it has the lower ID number, and the second is the duplicated or the secondary mesh. A lot of groups have multiple duplicated mesh, and previously all the artists were visually seeing these files and identifying the duplicates, but this tool generates the error-free data and very accurate data within few minutes. And this generated data then goes inside the first section of the JSON file. And in a similar way, there is a database fixer. So there are a couple of rules for finding out the texture file for a particular item. So when we fix the database, it follows an algorithm to check or verify the JSON file, and if it doesn't follow that algorithm, it changes the data. So that is the quick tutorial, or it's a demo on this tool. The good thing about this tool is that it comes, or I have written this in two different versions. One is standalone and one is Maya, because a lot of people who are not artists are also using this tool. So I have created the executable file which anyone can run on the Windows platform, and this looks a lot similar or exactly similar to what we have in Maya. So this is the standalone interface, and this is the Maya interface. In the similar way, we can load all the database inside this UI, which is standalone, and you can keep modifying it. And in the similar way, this button would turn red, and as soon as you save it, it would turn green. So this is the quick demo of the tool I created. Thank you.